Talking Dicks. How's it going today?
What day is it?
Hey, our last episode with Helen Keeney as our guest is doing pretty well. A lot of people are paying attention to it.
People are enjoying it. And do you remember she was sending me a gift?
Oh, yes.
She mentioned in the episode.
And I was curious about the gifts. I actually made a reference to it being an inflatable woman. But what was the gift?
Yes. It was not an inflatable woman. Yeah, a little disappointed, to be honest. But it was a box of a big box of frozen steaks.
I was gonna make a joke, but I reframed.
Go ahead.
No, it's always good to get meat in the mail.
Are we gonna cut to weenies now, slapping somebody's face?
Right here.
Uh-huh.
Did you? Which one did you get? What company?
I don't know. I don't know the company. I guess from HSN, someone she deals with at HSN.
Oh, right.
She probably got a sweet deal on it.
Oh,
and I came home and there was a big. It looked like a kidney. Maybe someone was sending me a kidney, you know. And I opened the box, dry ice. I performed like a Copperfield type show during it, and then. Big box of, I don't know how many are in there, probably 10, maybe 10 steaks. So yeah, it looks great and a great gift and very nice of Helen to, I think because I was talking to her on the phone a week or two ago about my plight and she probably thought I was starving or something. So she was like, I better send this guy some meat.
Helen.
Some steak. Helen.
I live in Los Angeles and I haven't eaten in 3 days.
You've been bragging on this vlog since day one that you've been getting unemployment, you son of a bitch.
Well, hopefully not for too long. Vegas is opening up slowly, right? Or going?
Yeah, they're opening slow. I mean, Tampa's open, but there's no comedy going on other than outdoor comedy to people in their cars or
I've seen that.
Whatever.
I think it was a comedian, Laura Hayden, out here. She was performing in the parking lot, and they had a camera set up to record it, and people were pulling up in their cars like the old drive-in movies, and then the cops showed up and shut it down. It's just like they're in their cars. They're like 10, 12 feet apart, 15 feet inside their cars. The comics are in the middle of the parking lot somewhere, and then the cops like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Did someone call, or the cops just say, hey, we haven't done anything in like 3 days. Let's go bust this up.
Yeah, probably some pain-in-the-ass neighbor or somebody. I think people are having fun.
They're having fun. They should be miserable like everybody else.
They do characters.
The great Jimmy Carroll drew a cartoon of that exact thing. And then that same weekend in Florida, there was live outdoor. He timed it perfectly. There actually was a show where people pulled their cars up, and the voice went through the radio. And
I'll have to post it. Jimmy Carroll.
Yeah.
Who did our logo for the two dicks.
As Jimmy would say. Mary? A little more.
Ted Baxter.
Mary?
It does.
Yeah.
It sounds like.
So anyway.
It does sound like Ted Baxter. From the
does.
Mary Tyler
Little
Moore Show.
Yes.
Who was also in Caddyshack, and I'm actually, you didn't ask me about my outfit. You usually ask me about my attire and usually my hat, and he didn't this episode. But this is.
I've given up.
This is Bill Murray as Carl Skates.
Groundskeeper. Can't pull it.
The Dalai Lama.
Spackler.
Carl Spackler. This is it, and a little bit of Indiana Jones.
I don't know. I'm making this up as I go.
That's awesome. All right. Hey, Alfred.
Yes.
Do you know what time it is?
Is it time for
Questions.
One of my favorite
parts
of the podcast, vlogcast, Two Dicks, Talking Dicks. But please continue.
Yes. Well, we have 2 questions today. Check them out, everybody. There they are.
That's my favorite number, the number 2. Especially in the morning. I like to get it over with.
Right after your coffee, do you check the plumbing and
like clockwork?
Here's a question from JP45 Instagram. Will live comedy come back?
Will live comedy come back?
Well, we were just talking about it. It's back, you son of a bitch. We're out.
It will.
People are in cars, and
Yes. And people are doing drive-in theaters back east now, or in the Midwest.
of course it'll come back. If you've seen a Zoom show, you know live comedy will come back.
Oh yeah, it's going to come back. It's when
it's not
is the
happening.
question really is
Yeah.
when is it going to come back to the regular full-time club? They're going to have people sitting 6 feet apart in clubs. That's going to happen towards the end of the summer.
Maybe till vaccination.
Hopefully.
Everyone's
But when it comes back to normal, it's going to be
normal.
this time
It'll
next
be a while.
year. Yeah,
It's going to be a while.
hopefully.
Before you're sitting comfortably next to a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a while down the road. But the actual clubs, they'll be open this end of summerish.
Well, back to
They'll be open.
back to the casinos. They had a local newscaster in Vegas speaking to one of the managers of I think it was Caesars, and it was empty. It was a ghost town, but he was giving her a tour, saying, "Okay, we've already set it up. So instead of having 6 people around the blackjack table, we're going to have distancing, 6 feet of distancing." And he brings her over, and there's 3 chairs. And he goes, "Have a seat." And she sits on the end. She goes, "This looks more closer than 6." He goes, "Well, it's about 4 feet, but it's close to 6 feet." But they're going to be facing the dealer. And I guess the customer has the option of wearing a mask or not. But all the employees, it's mandatory. So that's going to be, the dealer's going to have a mask on, and there's going to be people right across from him drinking for free, going, "Hit me, hit me." Droplets.
Yeah. Oh. I could have. I thought that was going to end with "to make a long story short," and I was going to shit on it, but you never even
To make
did
a
that
long
part.
story short.
Well, I agree. I think I don't know. Are people that desperate to gamble? That you have to gamble? The guy's got a mask. This whole sounds like shit.
They already,
Sounds like
have
it's gonna
people
suck.
in line, and
Do they really?
they're open. They're open now. Not
People
all
are
of
in
them.
line right now
Yeah.
to gamble.
They're open.
Interesting.
Some people wearing gloves and masks, playing slot machines. They're not sitting next to anyone.
Their oxygen machine, and then a mask over the oxygen machine, and a cigarette.
They wheel
a lot
it
of
over.
stuff happening. Oh, boy,
Come on, Corona!
that's a lot of work.
Ding, 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 ding. I do sound effects.
I like how the joke ends, but you do an extra minute just for fun.
I do it for me.
That's it. All right, here we got another question.
Question number 2.
I guess it's to both of us. It just says, do you sell clips or CDs? Do you sell clips or CDs? Well, I don't sell clips. I'm too old for that, I imagine. I don't have clips. I have an old DVD, though. Look at me. I found it
See?
in my box of fun.
MTV, the old logo.
Look at that. They're in the store now. We put them in the store.
This
And
is the store. Where's my
this is
DVD?
the store. You didn't send it in time.
Well, here it is right here. Al Ducharme, Not Right in the Head, recorded at the Comic Strip Live in New York City a few years ago. But that's available. And you can get them by messaging Al Romas, and he'll get it to you.
Is that a CD or DVD?
That's a DVD. I do have a CD still out there. And if I go into my shed, I have a he shed.
Yeah.
I have a he shed.
Right.
I still have a box of CDs out there. What I was doing, I was selling the DVDs, which people actually still buy, believe it or not. Some
they
people
do.
are doing the USB.
You like to
business
have
cards.
a thing to hold.
Yeah.
You want something
Tangible.
physical to.
You can sign it.
hold.
It's a souvenir. It's a.
But I have about 10 of these.
10?
I'm down to 10 DVDs. These are DVDs. This has old TV appearances from VH1, A&E, MTV, and then a live set from Las Vegas.
But what if they're asking about the Two Dicks DVD compilation?
Oh, that was in the works before COVID-19
Dun, dun, dun.
pandemic.
Pandemic.
Yeah, that was in the works. We should have filmed one of our Two Dick shows.
Our live performances.
Our live performed back in 2019.
Well, we were experimenting, so
touring.
we should have actually recorded it just for note taking, and they were actually highly successful. I thought, anyways.
I was very
We
happy
had
with them.
packed
Maybe
houses.
we'll bring them to Australia.
Australia and New Zealand were pretty big.
Yeah.
That's a bad accent.
Not a knife. That's a
Nice
knife.
Right. See, I did it again. I go right back into Monty Python.
I don't. And then Outback Steakhouse and the Barbie, the shrimp on the Barbie. I don't think that's even a thing.
Nah, that's an American
Australia
thing. That's yeah.
And then Molson. No, Molson's Canadian. What's the other one?
Foster's.
What's the one in the
Foster's? The big oil can.
Foster's?
Oh boy, I can't wait to come down under.
And from what I hear, I've actually spoken to some Australians. That's like piss that they just export.
It's American. I think it's made by like Coors or somebody. It's not Australian. It has nothing to do with
Fake.
Australia.
It's fake beer, man.
Yeah. So anyway, I have 10 of these left. That's it, and then I'm done. I'm out. Finished.
I have.
But I have my.
I have about
I just
650 DVDs
Really?
left.
Oh.
Now wait a
What are you
minute.
selling
I
for?
started off with
What are they going for?
I started off with 2,000.
What are they
I
selling
sell them
for?
for. I sell them for 20. But
Yeah.
Pandemic.
I'm gonna move these. If you want a DVD, $20, Venmo me, and I'll send it out.
Does
to
that
you.
include shipping?
And then I'll be done. Yeah, that includes shipping.
Include shipping. And you're
I'm
going to
generous.
sign it too, right?
If they want me to sign it, I'll sign it. Don't tell me what to do. How dare you?
I won't tell you what to do. So anyways, be looking at some of our future what are we? Talking Dicks. We're Talking Dicks, the two dicks talking. And we're going to have some more guests on because the Helen Keeney episode went well. We're still working on
Yes.
some technical stuff. It's a little difficult. But
Yes.
we're going to have our next guest scheduled to come on
Who dat?
is Artie Januario, who played Apples in Turf War, the two dicks in Turf War. We shot that
Okay.
in Boston. We shot that up in Boston.
That was a great episode. Having a director.
John
was fun,
Beckmeyer
and
directed that episode.
And shooting at his place, and having good actors. We had Artie, we had Johnny PZ.
We shot that in an 1890s firehouse called Chemical One.
That was great.
yeah.
And then performed at Giggles at Night.
Mike Clark's Comedy Club.
Yeah,
Good
classic
times.
comedy club in Boston, man. It was a good
It's
weekend.
actually in Saugus, but close enough.
Same thing.
Yeah, if you're from outside of Massachusetts, you say Boston. It's only about 9 miles north. Anywho,
Exactly. How dare you?
also we have another
correct me.
guest scheduled.
Oh, really?
Yes. She appeared in the episode called "The Two Dicks in the Woman." Sounds like a porn.
Who? Get it?
We shot that when we were performing at the Borgata in Atlantic City, and that's going to be with comedian Bernadette Pauly, who I actually share the dwelling with right here in Los Angeles.
Nice. Well, when you guys are talking again, we'll bring her in and we'll have a little interview. Now, when you interview, will she be in the room with you, or will she be in another room on Zoom?
We were talking about that. We were thinking about doing side by side because the Zoom 3 people thing can be challenging, correct?
Yeah.
Or we can try Zoom, and if we don't like it, we can deep six it and go right to Facebook Messenger.
Yeah. I think we'll try it. I like the idea of separate thing.
Yeah, Zoom has its own built-in kind of editing going on there, so it will actually go to another screen while somebody's talking. And
Right.
I like that because it takes the pressure off of me a little bit.
Well, you like that because you talk so much, so it's always on you.
And that's
That's
it.
why you like that.
And that's it for,
So when you
for
do-
this episode of The Talking Dicks.
Subscribe.